the Renewable Energy for Rural Revitalization Workshop, an insightful event hosted by Research Center for Energy Transition and the Social Development School of Social Science, Tsinghua University. This workshop aims to explore the pivotal of a social role of renewable energy in driving rural revitalization, sharing successful case studies, and promoting the green and sustainable development in rural areas. Today we have 9 speakers. They are from different enterprises and schools. And we feel that it's the very important meeting, and we feel honored get the Mr. Zhang Xiaohua, the Senior Director of China Program, Climate Works Foundation. Now, let's welcome Mr. Zhang Xiaohua to address the opening. Please.
Thank you very much. Okay, I will take all this. Thank you very much, Mr. Sun, for the introduction. It's a really great pleasure to join the discussion today here. My name is Zhang Xiaohua. I'm from the Climate Works Foundation. We are a philanthropy platform, actually mobilize the resources from the philanthropy community to support climate change. We actually based in San Francisco. It's a really great pleasure to join you here today to discuss this important topic. Actually, this is, I think it is the third year actually we organize United here to discuss this important topic. I still recall last year we have a chance to meet in Dubai, and also we witnessed that the UAE consensus and also the global community reached the agreement to tripling renewable energy. I think this is a great achievement that has been made, and a really great pleasure actually today we meet here in this SDG Pavilion with all these colleagues to discuss how we can collaborate to implement this, to achieve this goal. You may all realize, I think there's a lot of analysis indicated there's still quite a lot of challenges if we would like to achieve this tripling renewable energy and to meet the Paris Agreement goal. And there's an analysis that even we made a great achievement in promote renewable in a year, like we achieved 473 gigawatt per year installation. But if we would like to achieve this tripling renewable, then we need to double and even more than 2.5 double the installation per year on the way to 2030. So it's a quite important effort we have to make, and particularly this is important for the global south. If we look at the numbers in the global south, all this installation of the renewable in the global south, excluding China, actually is only account 37% of the global installation. And I think we really need to mobilize the resources and to support the global south to tripling renewable energy. And in this context, I think it's how to combine the rural development and with the renewable development is really important for the global south. It's not only about the energy access, but also create opportunities for the rural area to catch up, to also share the benefit of the local development. So it's a really great pleasure actually we meet together to discuss this, how this renewable energy can help this rural revitalization. I think this is particularly not only important for China, but also for the global south. And we see there's a lot of progress has been made. Like in China, you see this, I think around a little bit less, but more, around half of the installation of the solar actually is a distributed mode. And this is really how to combine this with the rural development. There's a great potential. And we see also a lot of practice related to how the solar can have a new application scenarios like the solar agriculture, solar fishery, solar. There's many kind of this new application scenarios that create a lot of the new business model. We are also actually placed with worked with the DESA, and I think the day maybe 2 days later we have another event to how the solar plus can help the rural development, the renewable expansion. So really great pleasure actually to join the conversation here. I know the partners here, they have done a lot in this exploration in this area. So really happy that they can share the practice here, and by working together, I think we can really boosting the renewable development, but also help the rural development. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Zhang Xiaohua. Very excellent speech, and really emphasize the importance of this rural area and also the renewables. And for the global source, I feel that in the future we will have a lot of these development and promotions in this area. So now we come to the second speaker. That is Wang Yuanyuan, representative from the Lin'an district, Shanxi province. Now she will found a video, right? Yeah. 是 video 吗? Okay, now please. Yeah.
好的，谢谢。Hello everyone. I'm Wang Yuanyuan from Lin'an, Hangzhou, China. It's a great honor to be here at COP29 in Baku to share some insights with you on China's journey towards sustainable, low-carbon development. Thank you very much.
Lin'an is located in Zhejiang province, which is on the southeast coast of China. The famous Qiantang River flows through here. The climate here is moderate and moist, which contributes to the highly developed agriculture. The world's first agricultural science popularization album of painting, Gengzhi Tu, was created in Lin'an during the 12th century. It documented the most advanced agricultural and sericulture techniques, equipment, and operational procedures of the period. In order to develop renewable energy, the Lin'an District People's Government has responded to Tsinghua University's initiative of 1 kilowatt per capita solar installations, aiming to achieve a total solar PV installation capacity of 650,000 kilowatts in Lin'an by 2025. The district government has established a solar PV task force, Lin'an Photovoltaic Construction Alliance, and Solar Energy Construction Expert Pool, to conduct an overall planning of the available energy and land resources in the region. The Research Center for Energy Transition and Social Development, School of Social Sciences of Tsinghua University, together with teachers and students from Zhejiang Agriculture and Forestry University, unveils a series of imagery that captures the solar integrated agricultural practices in the era of carbon neutrality. In 2023, Shanwo Village introduced the 40-megawatt agrivoltaic project. The project investor, Zhonghe Huineng, carried out investments and constructions of solar energy and agricultural projects. The agricultural company is responsible for seed breeding and supply, as well as providing technical consulting services and product sales. Farmers carry out sowing, field management, and harvesting and packaging. Plants such as anemarina and peony, which are high-yield and high-profit Chinese medicinal herbs, are cultivated in the open spaces beneath the PV panels and between the arrays to increase the efficiency of land use. The project has an average annual power generation of about 38.866 million kilowatt-hours and achieves an annual carbon reduction of about 46,800 tons. By planting various medicinal materials under the PV panels, the village collective is expected to increase its economic benefits by more than $142,600 within 5 years. The village collective and villagers receive a compensation of $926,900 for young crops. A portion of this compensation is designated to create a fund aimed at fostering rural prosperity and to enhance agricultural facilities. The project also stimulates the re-employment of surplus rural labor in the area, creating approximately 50 jobs in PV panel cleaning, weeding, and cultivation under the panels. with an annual income of about $11,400 per person. The residential solar PV system in Muling Village adopts a leasing model, where a third party invests in and constructs the project, and the farmers rent out their rooftops. Villager Mr. Wong installed the 11 kilowatt solar PV system on his own roof, which generates an average of 12,100 kilowatt hours of electricity every year, equivalent to a reduction of 10 tons of carbon dioxide emissions. The solar PV project developer, Yanlei New Energy Company, paid Mr. Wong a total of about $3,000 for the initial installation fee and roof rent. Many farmers have set up solar panels on their rooftops, thanks to the initiative and leading by example of the village chief. 40 years ago, Lingnan Oxingdianzi was established in Muting Village. Today, it has become the industry leader in the professional production of aluminum shells for capacitors. In 2017, Oxingdianzi implemented solar projects and equipped its office buildings, factory rooftops, and parking shed with PV panels, which constitutes 40% of the entire area of the industrial park, and provides 15% of the industrial park's total electricity consumption. The total installation was 3.25 megawatts. Per capita PV capacity of 5.6 kilowatts makes Oxingdianzi a champion of rural solar energy. Pengxu Village in Taihuyuan Town, serving as a pilot village for solar PV promoting common prosperity initiative in Lingnan, has set an ambitious goal of 5 kilowatts per capita solar installations. The village is fully exploring various scenarios, such as solar PV plus agriculture, solar PV plus road corridors, solar PV plus mechanized farming roads, solar PV plus public building roofs, solar PV tiles plus home energy storage, solar PV plus energy storage charging piles, and solar PV plus street lights. In November 2023, Lingnan District showcased its goal and plan of 1 kilowatt per capita solar installations at the Solar Plus Pavilion of the 28th UN Climate Change Conference in Dubai. By the end of September 2024, the cumulative installed capacity of PV power in Lingnan District had reached 480 megawatts, and it is anticipated to hit 500 megawatts by the end of this year. The target for 2025 is to exceed 650 megawatts, achieving the goal of 1 kilowatt of photovoltaic capacity per person. In 2023, the carbon dioxide emissions in Lingnan District were around 3.8 million tons. The annual carbon reduction from photovoltaic green energy is about 380,000 tons, which is approximately 12% of Lingnan's carbon emissions for 2023. Solar empowers rural areas, which is creating the 耕织图 of the carbon neutral era, powering a greener future in Lingnan. 1 kilowatt per person to hit carbon peak. 10 kilowatts per person to achieve carbon neutrality.
Thank you very much for excellent presentation video. Now we come to the number 3 of the speaker is Mr. Wu Yuanfang, the program manager Shanxi Co-Share Innovation Institute of Energy and the Environment. Now, Mr. Wu Yuanfang, please, thank you.
So good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great honor to be invited to attend this panel, and I like this place because it's SDG and it's very suitable for our topic today. So my name is Wu Yuanfeng, and I come from Co-Share Environment. So this is my
I would like to briefly introduce my organization. We are a non-profit organization aimed for promote the sustainable development for the region in Shanxi province, China, and we are dedicated to promote the sustainable development, like some green, low carbon transition and some recycling of the resource. So. Mentioned to Shanxi, I would like to briefly introduce Shanxi province. As we can see, there is a great increase in the proportion of new energy generation in Shanxi province. In 2015, the wind, we have the coal-fired power, the most part, and we got the solar power, wind power, and hydropower. But in the 2022, we got a great proportion of the solar power and the wind power. So we did a great improvement in using the renewable energy. Under this background, we just launched our project, lightening the rural village through the renewable energy. And in our field research in village, we found there are some obstacles in rural solars. First, we found some villagers have the inaccurate perception about the solar panels. Some people believe that the PV panels emit radiation and which is harmful to humans' health. And some people believe that the temperature under the PV panels is too high to be suitable for humans living. So what we need to do is to correct their perception. And second problem is we found that in rural areas we lack of some application scenarios and business models because the PV panels, the cost is relatively high in China, and the profile cycle is long. So some villagers maybe sometimes they will be deceived by some incompliant company. So we need to find more application scenario in rural areas. And the third one is the villages lack of resources, including some talents, the funds, the platform, and the technologies. So in order to solve these obstacles, we did some works in Shanxi. The first we did is we do some renewable energy dissemination in rural area. So from three parts. First, we did some knowledge empowerment for the villagers. We invite some scholars from Tsinghua University, Professor He's team, and to the villagers to tell the villagers some knowledge about the renewable energy. I still remember it's a very cold winter, and we just stayed around in the yard, a countryside yard, and the Professor He just told the villagers how to use the solar panel and what's the benefits of the solar panel will take to the villagers. And also we dispel some misconceptions. We just compiled the PV panel, the menus, and also we set up the PV introduction display board in the village, so the villagers can see what's the renewable energy is and how to use it. And also we try to tell in some rural stories. So we in the Climate Action Week, we just designed some rural energy themed poster with WWF and to do some communication online. And also we just shoot the documentary film called The Light Chaser. So we take the cagers in the village as an actor and to just film what they done in that village. And also we worked with the energy company to explore the application scenario and models in rural. We choose a village in the Yangqu County in Taiyuan City, and we take the community as our pilot place. We just we just work with the energy company to set up 575 WPV panels, and it can generate the power generation capacity about 6,900 watts. And you can see that's a really special PV panel with some pattern in there. It has the Asian building and also the cattle, because the village has some Asian buildings, and the cattle is their main industry. So we paint these patterns in there. And also we want to build a multi-stakeholder cooperation platform, because you can see this picture. This is an old lady with about 80 years old, and she lived alone with some sheep and dogs because her children has moved to city. So the cagers told us that in their village, the 6 years old can call the young man. So we need to bring more resources to the area place, and so we build a multi-stakeholder cooperation platform. We invite the Professor He's team, and we invite the local government and some new energy company, and also the University Alumni Association to get together. We just established the Rural Library Promotion Group in Shanxi. So we want to take this place as a youth base. They can start their business, and we can just lead more resources to the rural area. So that's what we did in Shanxi province as a new energy pilot. So, okay. We said renewable in rural. What's the future? Just as Chinese government has launched the action to bring light to every household, we call it 千家万户目光行动. And also in last years, the Chinese government has released the first batch of 15 eligible rural energy revolution pilot counties in December 2023. So we believe that under our joint efforts together, we will bring more new renewable energy in our rural place, and maybe in the future the rural area become more clean and bright. Yeah, that's my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Wu. We can see that the bright future for the renewables, because so young girls now much involved into the renewables in rural area. I feel that is a very encouraged the case. Also, we wish the renewables in rural areas enters the southern the household and the families. We wish this a great success. Now let's come to the number 4 speaker, Mr. Lin Jinlan, the Program Officer of Global Environment Institute. Now the floor yours, please.
Can everyone hear me? Yes? Okay, perfect. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today. My name is Jinglan Lin, and I'm part of the Energy and Climate Change team at the Global Environmental Institute, or GEI. And it's a true privilege to be here today sharing our journey in expanding community energy access overseas, specifically through our work in Cameroon. And so let's start with a bit of the context on why energy access, especially off-grid energy access, is so critical for Cameroon. So Cameroon, which is located in Central Africa within the Congo Basin, is incredibly rich in energy resources like petroleum, natural gases, biomass, and renewable like solar, hydro, and wind. However, despite this abundance, Cameroon's energy utilization rates remain very low, just 3.5%. And in 2014, only 54% of the population has access to electricity. And while there have been improvement you can see on the slide, in 2021, access was still only 87.6% in urban areas and a much lower rate at 28.4% in the rural regions. And so out of the 13,000 villages in Cameroon, only 15% have electricity. So this gap is largely due to, for example, outdated infrastructure, grid instability, and high transmission losses that prevent power from reaching these remote areas. And so this paints a clear picture on why energy accessibility is so pressing for Cameroon and why it's a focus for GEI's effort. So here's the background on our project site. I apologize, it's a little bit small. So we picked two rural areas that is about 2 hours drive from the capital city of Cameroon, Yaoundé. You can see a small box. So the one on the left is Ngoulemacon, and the one on the right is Lomé. We picked these two rural areas. And then the pictures on the slide, you can see is some living conditions in the rural area of these villages. And the center image, perhaps you might not be able to see it. The electricity line is so thin that they lost a lot of during the transmission. So the accessibility of energy is very unstable in these villages. Okay, so our project has 6 key goals, so each carefully designed to address the unique needs of Cameroon's communities. So the first one, we aim to build confidence and ambition within local communities to address household lighting issues. And the second one is to raise awareness of forest conservation. And also the third one, I would like to highlight that also tied to, I noticed that in the first presentation, there is a slide that dedicated to women participation. So for our projects, we also want to empower women by promoting female leadership in the community and within renewable energy initiatives. So with that being said, we are collaborating with a female-led local organization on the ground for our projects. And the fourth goal is to focus on skill building, so capacity training. And the fifth one, we are developing a tailored business model to ensure sustainable benefit that can continue without GEI's ongoing support in the future. And finally, we aim to scale up electricity access beyond our initial communities, potentially creating a replicable model that can reach more neighborhoods in different rural areas in Cameroon. And so to bring this goal to life, we are following a 4-phase approach. So the first phase, we conducted field studies to get a first-hand look at the community needs. And this includes household visits, conversations with residents, and meetings with local organizations. And the second phase involved establishing partnerships with key stakeholders to support activities on the ground. And phase 3, which is our current implementation phase, which I'll be talking a little bit more later. And finally, in phase 4, we will monitor and evaluate the project's impact to ensure that it's meeting our goal effectively. And of course, a project of this scale requires strong partnership. So GEI is proud to lead this initiative alongside with 3 key partners. So the first one is Socoproman, which, like I said, is a female-led local organization who provides essential support with logistics, communication, and community engagement. And the second one is the Ministry of Forestry and Wildlife of Cameroon. We try to align our project with the local conservation goals and provide expertise in forestry. And finally, Solar Run is a leading solar company which supplies the solar equipment essential to this project. Okay, so let's look at how we implement this project, and we break it down into 2 phases. So in phase 1, the pilot phase, we are distributing solar lighting equipment at no cost to families, focusing on those with women and children. And alongside this, we provide training sessions on installation and maintenance, on empowering residents to handle basic upkeep. And we also hold discussion on how this lighting can open new livelihood opportunities. For example, vendors perhaps can keep their shops open longer, or residents can work on crafts at night to earn extra income. And in phase 2, we introduced a business model where families can acquire solar lamps through installment payment or one-time payment. And this funds from the funds that we collect from this plan will be pulled into a community fund, which the community can use it to buy more equipment in the future and also cover the future training costs for the maintenance and And so for the equipment itself, we are collaborating with SolarRun, a top provider of the off-grid solar solutions. Based on local needs, we selected a model that includes a 12-watt solar panel, and there are 3 light bulbs, a mobile phone charger, and a battery power main lamp. And each set of this cost is about $53, which also includes tax and transport costs from SolarRun's warehouse in Nigeria. And in terms of project's impacts, with access to electricity, we are improving household lighting, empowering women, raising community awareness about forest conservation, and also strengthening local capacity for self-reliance. And through this project, we also aim to improve living conditions, open up economic opportunities, and foster environmental stewardship within the community. So as our project progresses, we are encountering both challenges and opportunities. So starting with challenges, when we visited the villages, we have observed some difficult local conditions. For example, infrastructure is often poorly maintained with muddy roads and many dilapidated buildings along main roads. And cell signal is minimal to 0 in some areas, and the long rainy seasons further disrupt residents' ability to earn consistent income. And we also face communication barriers. So the official language in Cameroon is French, but our team members' fluency in French is very minimal, so we rely on translators. And also some residents only speak local dialect, which means we often need to do double translation from local dialect to French and then from French to English. So this adds complexity and can make effective communication one of our biggest challenges doing this projects. And finally, awareness is low among local residents, not only about the solar energy, but also forest conservation. So on the positive side, there is also opportunities. So although solar energy is not widely known in these communities, there is a high demand for greater energy access. So local residents are really enthusiastic about the solar lamp that we are about to bring to them. And on a broader level, collaboration between China and African countries is growing, especially around climate initiatives. So many Chinese companies have been and are investing in Africa. For example, our partner, SolarRun, has recently opened a warehouse in Nigeria, and which helps reduce transportation costs for solar equipment across Africa. And finally, the rapid development of off-grid solar technology is opening new doors. With each project, new advancements make it increasingly feasible to bring reliable electricity to remote areas, not only in Cameroon, but also across other African countries as well. So last but not least, here's a short video that was interviewed with interviews that are conducted by our local partner, and in it you will hear some thought directly from the residents, how they think about the solar equipment and what it means for their communities. Is there a video? No? So the video is taken by our local partner. We can see the living condition of the people in the villages and what they think about the equipment will bring to them. So this is a young college graduate who will go back to the village, and then lights will give him opportunities to read his document at night. And finally, this woman with a kid, she thinks if there's solar light, she can prepare her food in earlier morning. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the elaboration. The renewable in the rural area in the Cameroon, the Africa, is a very excellent to the case analysis. Now let's come to the next speaker. Is Mr. Fabi Tumiwa. He's going to talk about the Bali island as an example of Indonesia's zero carbon path. Now 5 minutes, please. Thank you very much.
Morning, and yes, 5 minutes. How is it?
Yeah.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Fabi Tumiwa. I'm Executive Director of a think tank called Institute for Essential Service Reform, or ISR. We've been working on energy and climate policies in Indonesia since 2006. And ISR has been one of the ISR work stream is actually working with subnational government to help them to do the energy transitions. As Indonesia policies allow the subnational government, in this case provincial government, to have to set up renewable energy target and goal. So so we've been working with a number of subnational government in Indonesia. One of them is actually Bali province, and another one is with Central Java provincial government, which also some of the work we collaborate together with GI, doing transport and biomass assessment. But one of the important for Bali, because Bali government has a vision to increase the utilizations of renewable energy in that province back in 2018. And since 2018, actually, ISR supported Bali government in crafting these regulations. And we've been working also on the implementation, but only until, sorry. Next, please. Yeah. So we've been working with them, and we published a couple of reports. If you are interested in this report, looking at renewable energy potential, in particular solar in Bali, you can go to ISR website and download it. So we've been working with a number of stakeholders. But until 2023, in August 2023, next please, ISR, doesn't work. ISR, together with Bali provincial government, so it's not our own initiative, but together with Bali government, we initiated what we call Bali Net Zero 2045. So, and maybe the question is why Bali, right? I mean, you know, maybe you've been to Bali. Anyone been to Bali before, right? I mean, we hosted a COP in 2007, right? So Bali is very unique in Indonesia context because I think in Bali, Balinese people, they have principle on harmonious with nature and environment. And also very famous, one day in a year, we have this a silent day in Bali, right? It is traditions of people in Bali, Hindus in Bali, to have this silent. And at the time, we had Bali had a quite progressive governors, which also very much would like to put the principle into actions. Bali also well known as global tourism hub. I think everybody, I mean, some of you have visited Bali. So we also see that there's a potential for Bali when we combine the Bali, the beauty of Bali, as well as this kind of a value to increase the utilization of renewable energy. So August 2023, ISR, together with Bali provincial government, we initiated Bali Net Zero 2045. So what is Bali Net Zero 2045? So basically, we plan to decarbonize Bali energy system by 2045. So this is 15 years ahead that the national government target. And so that's what we are planning with Bali, with this initiative. So we work closely with Bali government, but also with a number of civil society organizations, because if we look at Bali energy system, it's not only power. but also transport. So other colleagues doing the transport, but we are the one that do the power systems. So what ISR did, we do all the technical stuff. So we do demand analysis to long-term energy demand analysis. We do power system analysis and modeling. And along the way, we also set like medium-term target. 2045 is 20 years in the future. But how we can test the concept. So we said, near Bali, there is a small island called Nusa Penida, which is very good for diving. So if you go to Bali, you go to Nusa Penida for diving. Nusa Penida is smaller than Bali, right? So we set a target. Okay, we need to have a proof of concept for this Nusa Penida for Bali Net Zero 2045. So we start with Nusa Penida. So we have planned to decarbonize Nusa Penida by 2030. So we have this Nusa Penida 100% renewable energy, right? So this is what we are trying to do. We also do kind of project pipeline identification. So where we are going to put all of these renewable plants to meet Bali energy demand by 2045. And we work together with the government and also with with utility, with investor to figure out how much the investment needed for make this happen and by when, right? So we also work on this whole package. Next, yeah. So this is kind of, in order to do that, we in ISR and also Bali government understand that we cannot do that alone. So we work with a number of philanthropy to support our work. We work with private sector, we work with utility, we work with national government, we work with media, we work with our own, our state-owned and electricity company, which is very important in Indonesia context. So basically, our approach is that to make Bali reaching net zero 2045, we need to do we have to do together with the other stakeholders. So just to give you this kind of a study that we did, the detailed study. So we did like renewable energy potentials to find out whether it is possible for Bali to generate all the renewable energy to meet this goal. So we found out from our study that Bali has 143 gigawatt renewable energy potentials and to 26 gigawatt peak that could be coupled with pumped hydro energy storage, which is 5.8 gigawatt hour. Our conclusions that Bali can meet this 2045, but we need to build this renewable electricity plants and we need to have investment into it. Next, please. Yeah. So this is the one that I told before. So we start with, before we reach 2035, we have 2030 target. So this is a Nusa Penida. Nusa Penida is not a big, 63,000 people, but it's very now become very popular as tourist destination. Existing Nusa Penida electricity powered by diesel, right? So we have a task to replace the diesel and provide with round-the-clock renewable electricity by 2030. So what we are doing, so we do all these also study. So we figure out that Nusa Penida has a solar. So we also think of replacing the diesel with biodiesel. Also biomass power plants, wind, and also in couple that with the energy storage. In this case, pumped hydro storage and also battery storage. So we plan for the roadmap for Nusa Penida here. So with the Nusa Penida, we have a plan for 3 stage from now until 2030. So the first stage is actually to deploy the solar and battery energy storage system, and then we can start to reduce the diesel capacities. The second stage, we make the diesel as a backup. And we, for the baseload power, we deploy the biomass power. And at the later stage, the stage 3, which will be 2030, that we can phase out the diesel with the biodiesels that produce in the island. And we can optimize all the renewable energy potentials, other wind, for instance, and also battery energy storage system, and start to building this pump hydro energy storage. So from our study, we see that we can reach electricity price in that island around 0.2 dollar per kilowatt hour, which is 40% cheaper than existing system, right? But to meet this goal, we need investment around $100 million. So again, with this initiative, we want to prove that actually 100% renewable energy is possible and doable. And with that, we need to work collaboratively with other stakeholders, with the support of our national government, provincial government, and investors to make this happen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kumila. Very excellent presentation and sharing of this case, successfully in the Bali, and also maybe sometime we have the chance to visit this beautiful Bali Island. Now we come to the next speaker. Is Mr. Jin Zhe, the research fellow, Center for Energy Transition and Social Development, Tsinghua University. It's by video, right? Jin Zhe, please.
Thank you very much. So good morning. It's my honor to be here. And my name is Jin Zhe from Tsinghua University. During the past year, our research team have been working on solar and heat pump in Shanxi province. And we made a video, and I hope you can enjoy it. Thank you very much.
Cheng County, located in the eastern part of the Guanzhong Plain in Shanxi Province, has a population of 300,000, of which 157,000 are rural residents. The per capita disposable income is approximately 2,000 USD. Currently, many rural residents still live in cave dwellings, yaodongs, and use coal stoves for heating in winter. Heating costs for users range from 200 to 500 United States dollars. Burning coal not only incurs high costs, but also poses a risk of carbon monoxide poisoning. Farmers need to clean coal ash during the day and wake up in the middle of the night to add coal to the stove. For the local people, low-cost, high-efficiency solutions for winter heating, improving quality of life, and eliminating heating-related risks are urgent needs. The Chinese government has set a carbon neutrality goal for 2060 and is actively promoting clean heating in northern China. The Shanxi provincial government has issued policies to encourage the PV plus heating model. Dr. He Jijiang's team at Tsinghua University has proposed a clean heating initiative for northern China based on the PV plus heat pump model, targeting 100,000 households. Zhang Shaokang from Liujuo village in Chengcheng County is one of the pilot households for this initiative. Mr. Zhang's house is about 140 square meters in size and previously used a coal stove for heating, requiring 1.5 to 2 tons of coal each winter. Mr. Zhang installed a 7.7 kilowatts photovoltaic system and an air source heat pump with a rated heating capacity of 20 kilowatts. The photovoltaic system generates about 10,000 kilowatt hours of electricity annually, earning around 500 United States dollars. The air source heat pump requires about 450 USD to operate for a year, and Mr. Zhang also receives an annual government heating subsidy of about 80 United States dollars. Therefore, the income from photovoltaic generation and the heating subsidy exceeds the total electricity costs required for winter heating. In 2024, Chengcheng County was designated as one of the first pilot counties for China's rural energy revolution. The county is accelerating the development of photovoltaics and plans to phase out coal-based heating. Tsinghua University's research team has innovated a funding model for distributed PV and clean heating in rural Chengcheng. Farmers only need to provide their rooftops for the installation of the PV system. In return, they receive a free air source heat pump and a share of the revenue from selling the PV-generated electricity. This revenue can be used to offset the electricity costs for running the heat pump, with some remaining profit. Academician Du Shenguan, a member of the Chinese Academy of Engineering, has highly praised Dr. He Jijiang's PV plus heat pump solution. The 100,000 household PV plus heat pump initiative aims to install 3 gigawatts of distributed PV, solving heating problems for 100,000 households and reducing carbon dioxide emissions by approximately 4.8 million tons. We look forward to more countries and regions joining the PV plus heat pump movement, starting with 100,000 households and expanding to 1 million, 10 million, and even 100 million households. Our ultimate goal is to achieve zero carbon heating for rural areas worldwide.
Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for listening.
Oh, thank you very much. It's a big target, not only 1 million households, even more for the whole world. So it's really aggressive and ambitious. We hope this progress success. Now let's come to the next one speaker, Mr. Chen Zeyi and Ms. Hu Jing, the representative from the Dalit banner. And they are going to share the wind energy cooperation construction in this Dalit, Mongolia. Now the floor yours, please.
Hello
everyone, thanks again for attending our SDG Pavilion event today, and I'm so honored to share another story from Dalit Banner in Inner Mongolia, China, where rural development is being driven by green wind energy. And please enjoy our video. Thank you so much.
Banner, with a rural population of 200,000 people, is jointly investing in a wind power cooperative to promote rural revitalization while developing green energy. Along the southern edge of the Mongolian plateau, the Yellow River carves its way through Dalit Banner in Inner Mongolia, nurturing a breathtaking landscape of deserts, rivers, and grasslands. With an area spanning 8,188 square kilometers, Dalit Banner is rich in wind resources, offering up to 2,900 hours of harnessable wind power each year. Today, Dalit Banner hosts completed wind power projects, totaling 345,000 kilowatts, with 11 built, under construction, and approved projects, adding an impressive 4,805,000 kilowatts. The Banner's new energy generation capacity reached 6.5 billion kilowatt hours, illuminating a green future. A recent document, issued by National Development and Reform Commission, highlights the importance of synchronizing rural energy transitions with collective economic development. This vision paved the way for the Dalit Banner Wind Power Cooperative, an inspiring model of fair transition. Today, we'll take a closer look at a particularly unique project in Dalit Banner, the 15 megawatts collective economy wind power project, collectively owned by all 132 villages in the Banner. So, what makes this project special? Let's hear from those who brought it to life.
那我们达拉特旗就组建了1+9+132
全域集体经济投资体系，它就打通了农牧民和这个村集体参与重大优质项目的一个投资渠道，可以统筹实施项目，统一分配收益。以我们已经实施的15兆瓦分散式风电项目为例，然后总投资呢是7560万元。我们的项目呢于2024年8月28日成功并网发电。项目并网发电后呢，预计年发电量约4000万度，发电收益呢1130万元。预计未来20年，全旗的132个村，平均每村每年可获得至少5万元的收益。
这个达拉特旗的领导特有远见啊，他们把多个村子132个村组织起来，在他们的国企的带领下面，成立一个乡村振兴公司，来干什么呢？发风电，15兆瓦已经搞完了，已经上网发电了啊，天天都开始收钱去了。
After hearing from our project partners, let's look back on the development journey of the 15 megawatts collective economy wind power project in Dalit Bana.
目前正在开发的5.26兆瓦光伏电站项目，以及正在申报50兆瓦风电试点项目，将共同助力农村集体经济高质量发展。
China's high-quality wind power resources not only promote energy transformation in rural areas, but also actually increase income for farmers and inject new vitality into China's rural revitalization.
Okay, thanks again for watching our video and welcome to Dalat Banda. Welcome to China.
Thank you very much for both of the young men and women, girls, and for this the elaboration of this successful the Dalat the case in Mongolia. Yeah, thank you very much. Now we come to Ms. Gao Wen-Oh, the International Cooperation Director, Sino Carbon Innovation and Investment Company. She will share the introduction to the value realization mechanism for the ecological products of the Pingtan, the carbon. Thank you very much. Now, floor yours.
Hi everyone, I'm Gao Wen-Oh from Sino Carbon, and it's my honor today to share with you one of our innovation project called Pingtan Lan Carbon. 近几年来，绿色发展已经成为了各个城市的主线，尤其是碳汇，因为它也是我们实现碳中和目标的重要一环。碳汇的价值是有非常多方面的，首先是生态和经济方面，其次刚才已经强调了，在这种碳中和的大背景下，碳汇也是作为我们实现碳中和目标非常重要的一个方面。最后呢是市场价值，因为它也会有产品交易的属性在其中，这也是我们这个项目的一个核心机制。这是我们项目的情况，它在福建福州省的一个县叫平潭，简称兰，也是项目名称之一。通过平潭的这些标签，我们也可以看到它是旅游经济和这个自然经济发展的非常优秀的一个地区，所以我们这个项目中也结合了平台的这两个特点去进行项目的设计。这是整个平潭蓝碳生态产品价值实现机制的一个逻辑体系，也是我们主要的工作内容。首先，我们制定了生态产品价值实现的标准，根据当地的一些特色来进行设计。其次是关于生态产品的生产确权和贴标，截止到此，我们的生产产品已经生产完毕。接下来，我们做了一个平台去对这些生态产品进行交易。除此之外，我们也出台了一些监管政策，保证这些产品的管理和交易。最后是开发不同的场景，让更多的人可以参与到我们的项目中，实现我们项目更可持续的发展。 这里面的蓝碳其实是指两部分，一个是森林碳汇，一个是海洋碳汇。森林碳汇是包括在整个行政区域内所管辖的森林，海洋呢是在当地投产的一些海藻和贝类。我们也是基于森林碳汇和海洋碳汇两个特点结合起来，研发了首个生态产品价值实现的标准。OK， 这是我们一个试点地区生态产品的情况。绿色是我们覆盖的一些森林面积，黄色的是每一个养殖场的产区，然后经过计算可以算出这个区域内生态产品的数量。这个就是平台蓝碳生态产品价值实现的一个平台，它集登记注册和交易于一体，承载的形式是小程序。这是我们小程序上的一些应用场景。以旅行为例，如果游客去到平台，他可以在平台上实现旅行的碳中和，并且获得一个认证证书。同时，我们在平台上交易的一些金额也会直接返给农林和养殖户，促进当地的经济发展。这是我们公司是在北京一家做气候变化领域专业的咨询公司，然后服务过政府还有企业。我们的业务是咨询数字化产业和金融为一体，给客户提供整合的解决方案。非常感谢。
Thank you very much for this good elaboration. Now we come to Mr. Professor He, and his presentation is the Zero Carbon Village Design for Common Prosperity. Professor He is the Deputy Director, Center for Energy Transition and Social Development, Tsinghua University. Now the floor is yours, please.
Thank you. First, I have a video.
In the middle of the Hexi corridor, which was the essential route of the ancient Silk Road to the western region. It has a continental alpine semi-arid climate, with intense solar radiation, long sunshine hours, low temperatures, and large diurnal temperature variations. Due to the rising price of coal, heating companies have been operating at a loss for a long time. Shandong County's Zero Carbon Village initiative explores the development model of combining heat pumps, household solar panels, and power grid upgrades. Dongman Village has eliminated coal-fired heating boilers and achieved zero carbon heating.
Welcome to China.
This is an invitation from the villagers of Dongman Village to people around the world who are interested in the energy transition. Dongman Village is located in Chenhu, Changzhi, Shangzhang County, Jiangzhi City of Gansu Province on October 30th, 2023. He Jin, the Executive Deputy Director of the Research Center of Energy Transition and Social Development at Tsinghua University School of Social Sciences, was hired as a consultant for Shandong County's zero carbon transition and green development. During the field research process, he and his team learned about the heating needs of Gunman Village and proposed to use split air source heat pumps instead of coal-fired boilers to solve the heating problem. The research group coordinated with Shandong County Power Supply Company, which agreed to replace the meter for the pilot residents and implement a winter heating peak and off-peak prices system. The off-peak time covers 10 hours with the price of $0.04 per kilowatt-hour. The heating pumps utilize automatic control technology and mainly rely on off-peak electricity consumption. The first household maintains a room temperature of between 18 and 20 degrees Celsius with an average daily electricity cost of about $1.4 with 180 days of winter heating. The annual heating cost is estimated to be $250. The second household save more energy with a room temperature of between 14 and 18 degrees Celsius. The average daily electricity cost is about $0.7. And the projected annual heating cost is $126 compared to coal-fired boiler. As source heating pumps can save 30 to 50% in energy bills. The villagers are very satisfied with this type of heating. The village committee and the company cooperate to build roof distributed photovoltaic. The partner company invested to construct 1,000 photovoltaic panels. The village committee can get a rent of $7,000 every year. At the same time, the research team coordinated a variety of heating products, including electrothermal painting, hydrothermal blankets, storage heaters, and so on. The team is also continuing to follow upon the practical use of these products. Goldberg Village explores zero-carbon rural construction. Firstly, distributed solar power. Each household in Shanyangba Village has built a 30 kilowatts solar-powered sheep shed, total of 26 households. These solar power stations are integrated into the sheep sheds, creating a clean and organized environment. This not only improves the village's living conditions, but also promotes the development of its livestock industry. Secondly, power grid upgrades. In the summer of 2024, the local power company constructed a step-up substation, allowing 1 megawatt of distributed solar power to be integrated into the national grid via a 10 kilovolts power line. Thirdly, clean heating. Air source heat pumps were replaced. Coal stoves for heating, providing the villagers with clean and comfortable warmth. Once the solar project is completed, Shanyangba villages grid-connected solar power station will generate approximately 1.7 million kilowatt-hours of electricity annually, reducing carbon emissions by about 975 tons. This transformation has turned Shanyangba into a zero-carbon village, benefiting 26 farming households. The UAE Declaration reached COP28 emphasizes phasing out fossil fuels in energy systems in a fair, orderly, and just manner. The transformation of Shanyangba Village is a prime example of such a just transition. At COP29, we continue our efforts to promote a just transition.
Okay. Welcome. Solar panda. Do you like this one? Do you like panda? Yeah. Do you like a solar panda? Solar panda. Okay. Thank you. Next. Yeah. Today we create a solar egg index. Solar 5 square meters, 1 kilowatt PV, and the daily power generation. How many egg? So next. In Beijing, wow, lost. In Beijing about 2 eggs. Next. Yeah, next. In Samarkand, the solar egg index is about 4 eggs. And next. Amateur. The solar egg maybe the 2. Next. Lost. In China, there are many places to set up the solar PV. Only 200 square meters, about 40 kilowatt. It's okay. So in this can the electric kitchen, electric heating, electric transportation, everything is electric, and the villager will be net zero carbon. Okay. So how to benefit? We suggest the RE cooperative. Firstly, the lease cooperative. Next, the asset cooperative. And we wish the net zero carbon villager and IE cooperative all over the world. Okay, next. And COP28, we start up the solar map. Not only the solar project, I want to show solar egg index, PV installed capacity per capital, PV installed capacity per capital, and IE cooperative and zero carbon village. I wish all over the world. Next. So solar panda. Next, take a photo. Welcome. Okay, this one.
Okay, so now we finish the panel, and thank all these in total 9 speakers for the excellent introduction and the sharing all these successful cases. Now the Professor He invite all of you have a group photo. Now please, thank you very much.